Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl Riri. Just coming to kick it with y'all for a minute. This word specifically is for my men, my brothers, my fellas. Y'all know I'm a straight shooter, so I'm going to maybe say some things that are not that don't make you feel comfortable. But we live in truth here, so I'm gonna just jump straight into it. Okay. Um, First of all, I want to apologize to all of my men who have been abused, who have been molested by women and men, who have been molested by people they've trusted, their father, their mother, their sister, their brother, best friend, cousins. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry to the men that had to, grow up and watch you know, their parents on drugs, and maybe you was pimped out, for for drugs, or maybe you were left and abandoned at home with no food in the refrigerator. Maybe you saw your mom do unspeakable things to get that next high. You know, um, maybe your father, beat you till you was bloody. You know, I'm sorry to those who watched their mom get beat until she was bloody. Okay, I'm so sorry to my man. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to y'all. And I want you to know that you are loved. You are so loved and so needed. You are so needed in our community. You're needed in general, but in our community, and most importantly, you guys need each other. Okay. Um, so I just want to say I'm so sorry. I know the world has made you feel like you're not needed. The world has made you feel like, women can survive without you. Households can do without you. Um, you know, that you're just not appreciated. I know you have felt beat down, talked down to, belittled. You know, I am so sorry. I am so sorry to each and every one of you. Um, this is why, it's so important for us and you guys, men, to heal, because you are our leaders. You are the head of household. You set the temperature. You set the example. We need your leadership. We need you in the household. We can't teach our sons how to be men, okay? We need you. And I just want to take a minute to love on y'all, because I know what society has done to you guys and how you have been made to feel. Over the last few years, women have been on the rise, you know, and we've had to be our own husbands, we've had to be our own fathers, because either, um, you're locked up, or the trauma just caused you, not to be your best selves. But this isn't about my women. This is about my men. I want you to know that I love you. I love each and every one of you, and you are needed. We need your guidance. We need your advice. We need your protection and covering. Okay? And this is not a video to bash or talk about what women are tired of in reference to men. Nah. This is to speak life into you. Okay? I want y'all to understand something. I always say you have to be whole before you can become half of someone else. And so I speak about surrendering and surrendering to God. And that means surrendering control of your life, surrendering your idea of what you want for yourself so that He can come in and guide you to where He wants you to be. But in surrendering, you have to die to yourself. That means you have to unlearn patterns. You have to unlearn what you were taught. You have to unlearn what you saw. You have to unlearn these things and find out who you are and not who your family or societal expectations or generational expectations, expect you to be. Okay? You have to dig underneath all of that and do the work and find out who you are. Maybe you came from a family that sell drugs, and you went with it for a while, but you feel in your heart that's not you. Maybe you, saw men cheating and abusing women, and you repeated the cycle, but somewhere along the line, it don't sit right with you. Okay, we only do what we see. Okay, so we have to unlearn. It's our responsibility, your responsibility, man, to unlearn these behaviors. Okay, not to be a victim of it, to unlearn these behaviors. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you something. I've dated men, and they've been intimidated by who I am as a woman. And it had nothing to do with beauty, body, sex. It had nothing to do with that. It had to do with the way that I love. And if you've never had anyone really love you, that is uncomfortable, it's unfamiliar, and it's scary for men. I understand it. Everybody can relate to this, but I'm talking to my brothers, okay? So love is not telling you what you want to hear. It takes a real woman. See, I love like a grown woman. Okay? That means I hold you accountable. I'm not afraid to call you out. I'm not afraid to hold you accountable for your demise. I'm not afraid to speak up. I'm not afraid to, hey babe, I don't like that. You're crossing a boundary. Okay? I want y'all to understand that that is real love. True love holds you accountable. It doesn't say things to appease you. It's not being a yes man. Okay? It's uncomfortable, but that is real love. And because we've never had it, it's often pushed away and sabotaged. Because when your woman is telling you, your good woman, I ain't talking about the other kinds. When your good woman is telling you things that are bothering her or that are hurting her, it takes you back to a place of your childhood where you felt unworthy, where your mom or your sister or your family or your dad made you feel not good enough. So instead of receiving what she's saying, you go in defensive mode. And so now you're not hearing her for what she's saying. You're hearing her from the little boy inside of you. Okay? Um, when you're a good person, and this is for women too, this part, when you're a good person, people come back to you. People come back to you. And I don't mean I'm all that. No. I mean, I love with a pure heart. And that is rare. People don't have that. And so when they get it, we sabotage it, we lose it. And it's not until it's gone that you realize, wow, everybody is not like that. Everybody is not like her. Everybody's not going to tell the truth. Everybody is not going to sharpen me. Everybody is not going to speak life into me, right? We have to lose it first, unfortunately, before we understand how to um, appreciate it, okay? But I wasn't willing to water myself down because a man couldn't handle how I loved. I stood in my truth. I stood in my integrity. And even when they didn't love me the best or how I should have been loved, I still loved them, right? Because I told y'all I have the gift of seeing through. I have the ability to see truth. So even if I choose, right, to engage with someone that is not treating me the best, I'm going to show up as the best me, period. There have been times where a family member of that guy, or even one of my family members, like, why you need to leave him? Why are you, um, you know what I mean? You need to, and I'm not saying that this is bad advice. What I'm saying is, just like I told them, this man is going through something specifically right now in this season. I am not going to leave him in the middle of his trauma. Do you get what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying take abuse. I'm not saying sacrifice yourself. I'm not saying constantly put abusers before you. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you're going to choose to involve yourself with someone that is toxic, then you still need to choose to show up and be the best that you can be. Because, ladies, sometimes you are the only sunshine that that man will ever see. Sometimes God allows the coming together of it because you are the only praying woman or praying person that this person will ever come across. And it's not for you to stay a long time. It's not for you to sacrifice yourself. You messing with him anyway, right? So it's two things you can do. You can tear him down, beat him down, call him out his name, cheat on him with his boy, steal his money, or you can choose to be sun, to be sunlight. And so what I'm saying is, if you're going to choose to operate in that person's space, recognize who you are and what's going on. Because sometimes, I can't say it enough, you are going to be the only form of God that that person has experienced. And you are there to enlighten them. Drop the seed of love and go on about your day. That's why people want to come back to me. And I say that with humility. It's the God in me. They were intimidated, but there's still something that draws them in. That's because I love with God's love. Now, some have been damaged and they couldn't see that in the moment. You know what I mean? They didn't understand it in the moment. But real love, iron sharpens iron. Okay? Um, so it's important to speak life into. It's important to show up and be your best with anybody if you're going to choose to engage. It's important. God brings people together for different reasons, for mysterious reasons. And we have to understand nothing is to be taken for granted, and nothing is to be belittled. Even when I was with someone that was toxic, and I mean, I've been toxic at points in my life. I grew up in it. I grew up in it. And so I had to unlearn. But even in my toxicity, you can still see my heart. You could still see my purity. Do you get what I'm saying? That's how you know. And so even when I would engage with these men or encounter them, I still wouldn't judge them in their toxicity because I was able to see through. I was able to see past your trauma. I was able to understand that, okay, he's verbally abusive because he was verbally abused. And so, no, I didn't tolerate it. But what I'm saying is, when a stone was thrown, I didn't throw a stone back. Now, there were times where I had a certain person or certain people around too long, and I got tired of being their punching bag, not physically, but emotionally. And so, yes, I would start fighting back and hitting where it hurts and saying things that I normally would not say because I got tired of being an angel for this person, for them to only keep hitting me. And I'm not doing nothing but trying to love. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I knew, obviously, it's time to cut ties, period. Because when you start losing yourself, when you start stooping to a person's level, it's time to go. It's time to go. Don't ever lose yourself. Don't ever stop being who you are because of how another person is. Okay? But I want my men to understand the power of healing, to understand the importance of therapy. I understand generations before us ain't really with it. Some of y'all parents discourage y'all from going to therapy because they don't want y'all to uncover truths, or they don't want y'all to dig deep into they stuff that they done passed on. Okay? So it is important to heal so that you can receive the love that God has for you. You are important. We need y'all. We need y'all. Um, I don't know if I want to go there yet. When it's time, I will. But we all come from toxicity. We all come from brokenness. And my main message here is I love you, man. We love you, man. I know there's some women out here, I don't need no man. I don't need you. Now, if you've been abusive or toxic, I might have told you I'm good. I can do without you. Because the type of woman I am, I really want you. I don't need you for financial security. I don't need you for material things. I need you for the spiritual. I need you for that protection, for you to cover me in prayer, for you to be the head of my house, for you to be the head and I can be the neck, for you to be the leader so I can follow. Right? That's why we need men. So the women that have made you feel or have said those things, that's just defense mechanism because we've been disappointed. by our fathers, by our husbands. We've been raped by our brothers, by our cousins. You know what I'm saying? And so we've all been hurt by the opposite sex. Men, the first person who broke your heart was a woman, probably your mother. And for girls, for women, the first person that broke our heart was a man, which probably was our father. And so there's this battle when we come together unhealed. Okay? Men, because of what you've been through, because of what your mom did, because your mom stole from you, because your sister did whatever, when you come across a woman, you don't even see her for who she is. You see her for every woman that has traumatized you. Women too. Again, I'm speaking to men. Okay? So you can't even see her. And then a lot of times we expect that person we love or think we love to come in and heal what they didn't cause. And that is unfair on both sides. You know, you cannot have a fruitful relationship that way. That's why it is so essential to heal. I just want you to know that you are loved, you are needed, you are appreciated, you are cherished. I see you. Even when you did put your hands on that woman, even when you did lash out and, you know, say the wrong thing, even when you did do the worst thing that you've ever done, I still see you. But you have to make the choice to stop being a victim. You have to make the choice to stop saying, I didn't have an example. My dad wasn't there. Well, I didn't have. Yeah, well, we 35 and 40 now. What you gonna do about it? You have to be the example that you did not get. You have to become that because your sons are watching you. So you're gonna repeat the cycle. You talk about how when you was a child, you watched your mom use you to manipulate the system. So now you've grown up to manipulate everybody that's in front of you. And you do that in front of your son. So what does your son do? Grow up and manipulate people around him for gain. See how the cycle repeats? Again, even when I was in interaction with this type of toxicity, I never judged. And those men could feel that. They could feel that I didn't judge. They could feel that I was able to see them past how they were treating me. And that alone will intimidate and make you push away, because how can she love me? Right? It makes you feel you feel unworthy. You feel undeserving of someone that loves you in a way that you've never been loved, or has been kind to you in a way that you've never uh, been treated, or getting a glimpse of sunshine that you've never even gotten from your own mother. That's why God sends people in your life to give you a glimpse of something good. And he even allows you to fumble the bag so you know what to do when it comes around next time. He introduces you to it because he has something for you. So he's trying to teach you what to do with it. A lot of y'all don't turn around and make the change until you lose that very woman that came in and made you see yourself. See, grown woman love makes you see yourself. It does not appease you and make you think things are okay that are absolutely intolerable. Grown woman love is a mirror, and that is uncomfortable. That is intimidating. That is rare because there's not many good people in this world. And so you don't know what to do with that. But real love is that. It shows you who you are, good and bad. And then the bad, it points out, it communicates, and it tries to resolve. But depending on where you are and your healing, you might not be able to receive that. So it's fight or flight. You're going to either run or fight her back. So I want y'all to understand what real love looks like. Men, that's grown woman love. Iron sharpens iron. It is not you broke a neck that, or talking down on you, or that's no. Watch what you say, because some things you cannot take back. And words hurt. Think about all the things your mom and your dad said to you when you were a child, that you are still battling with today, that you still believe in your spirit today. We do that to each other. So it is important to heal. It is important to heal. And if you don't take away anything from this message, I need you to know that we love y'all. We need y'all. We need you. We need you. We understand that you are hurting. But it's time for y'all to man up and stand up. Your daughters need you. Otherwise, we go through things as well that are unnecessary because we don't have that leader to teach us. So we need y'all. Don't let society think that we do not. We love y'all. I speak life into every brother that is watching this. You are more than enough. But you got to do the work. You have to make the decision to break the cycle. You have to make the decision to not be what you saw your father be. For those of you that are workaholics, stop running. If you're not happy with your household, make a decision to leave. But working and then coming home and going in the basement, or not engaging with your daughters and your sons and your wives, they are watching that. And minute by minute, your 15-year-old son is losing respect for you. Your 12-year-old daughter is not respecting you because she sees now what she does not want in a husband. Okay? So it is time to pull up your britches and do the work. You are so beautiful. You are so beautiful. And I can't stress enough, I am so sorry for what has happened to y'all. The molestation. A lot of y'all, especially my age, y'all won't even speak about it. It's embarrassing. A lot of women are not mature enough to receive it. You know what I'm saying? So if you have told someone, they done threw it back in your face when they got mad. You know what I'm saying? Ladies, don't do that. Don't do that. If a man feels comfortable enough to be vulnerable, to share something like that, because it's different. I'm sorry, y'all, but it's different when a man gets molested, period. But when he gets molested by another man, that's something different.
That's something different. So if a man gives you that vulnerability and shares that, don't you dare throw that back in his face. Shame on you. That just means that you need to heal as well. We need to start speaking life into our men. If you're going to choose to engage, then engage in the way that God would, or leave that man alone. Don't tear him down any further. I'm not saying don't fight back, but if you are in a situation where you have to fight back verbally, physically, then it's time to go. But if you're going to choose to stay in it, I need you to show up, because you might be the only sunshine that that man has ever seen. So you need to make a choice as well. But don't throw that in that man's face. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm sorry to those men if that's happened to you. You know, and the reason why it's important to go get help, because a lot of y'all are confused. It confuses anybody, man or women. It's confusing. You know, you have to figure out who you are after that trauma. Okay, so it's important to heal, because if we heal as individuals before we have the babies, then we'll have a healed world. A lot of us had already had the babies before we were healed, and so we're in the process of that. But I'm saying today is the day that you take your life seriously. Today is the day that you pick yourself up and take your healing seriously. Today is the day that you right your wrongs and you go apologize to those women that you have abused, that you have wronged. It is time to apologize to yourself and forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Don't let the enemy win. Don't let the enemy make you feel like you're less than because of your mistakes. Your behavior does not dictate who you are. That's the beauty behind the gift of seeing truth. But go get the healing, because you're going to sabotage every blessing that comes your way. And sometimes that blessing is coming because that is the one woman that's going to save you. And I don't mean physically, I mean spiritually, because grown woman love pushes you into your destiny. Grown woman love builds your account. Grown woman love helps you see your true worth despite of your mistakes. Grown woman love builds you up and speaks life into you. Excuse me. Grown woman love holds you accountable. Grown woman love prays over you. Grown woman love doesn't try to embarrass you, does not belittle you. I'm not talking about the women that you've been rocking with for 10 years and you've been calling them out their name and abusing verbally. And then that 10th year, they finally get to calling you out your name back, or get to, giving you that treatment back. I'm not talking about that. That's different. I'm talking about when y'all are in it. Grown woman love, make sure you have that you have what you need so that you can be the best for her. Grown woman love respects you even when she's angry. Okay? That's grown woman love. It's uncomfortable, but you can't grow without being uncomfortable. Comfort stagnates you. So don't run from that woman. Don't run from her. Don't run away from it. Face it and embrace what she's doing in your life. Your skin get better. Your eating get better. You walk different. Your health gets better. She speaks life into you. So recognize when you have a real one, because they don't come often. And some of us, they only come once. So you have to stay ready so you don't got to get ready. It's time to take it seriously. You are amazing, sexy creatures. Y'all hear me? Y'all are the way y'all walk, talk, smell, the swag, the rhythm, the look, the melanin, the hair, the eyes. Y'all are just, woo, get hot talking about it. I'm just saying, y'all are beautiful. Do not let society wipe you out. Do not let society make you feel that you are insignificant. Cut them dudes off that ain't treating a woman right. Cut them dudes off that's still in the streets doing the same thing they was doing 5 years ago. Cut them dudes off that gossip. Cut them dudes off that literally you might not be where you want to be, but you know you are somewhere different this year than you were last year. But when you look at your circle, they all the same place that they was 2 years ago. Cut them off. Because it's time for you to bloom. But you got to change the soil that you in. The reason why you're not rising is because you're not being watered correctly. You're not in the right soil. You're not being planted in the right soil. Some of y'all feel buried. There's a saying. Some of y'all feel buried, but really God has planted you. But you have to get the bad weeds out, or else you going to mess up the harvest. Excuse me. You're going to mess up the harvest. You're going to sabotage that sunshine and that water that came to water you and make sure you in good soil. So it's time to get serious about y'all healing. Stop seeing women as objects. Stop seeing women as your mother. Stop seeing women as your sister who did such and whatever, whichever to you. See each other as people. And the only way to do that is heal the trauma. Sometimes God brings us into each other's life so we can recognize the trauma, right? You don't know what you don't know. And a lot of people in y'all face ain't telling y'all truth. They laughing at you behind your back and talking about you, but making you feel like you're okay. Instead of saying, hey baby, that's not cool. Or if they're giving you constructive criticism, they're tearing you down. So you can't even hear it because there's so much abuse coming through. So understand who is in your life. Recognize a real one when it walks in. Recognize a blessing when it walks in. It's okay. I understand too. A lot of men y'all peep the blessing, but y'all know y'all not ready. And so either you'll respectfully kind of bow out, which I get it, or you'll sabotage it. I understand that, man. I understand that y'all run away until y'all are ready. I get it. But it's time to get ready. It's time to get ready. What's the alternative? Jumping from woman to woman and then mad because they only want you for your bag of weed or your money or a bottle. Some women, that's all they need. It's a bottle of Hennessy in a bag. That's what you like. I mean, if that's where you at, you know. But what I'm saying is you are a king. So it's time for you to have your queen. It ain't never too early to stand up and step into who you truly are. Because the enemy waiting. He waiting. Because you might be playing out here and step into that wrong thing. Now you got babies with her. Now you stuck forever. Now you in a situation that you can't get out of. Now you done got something that's not curable. Now you see what I'm saying? The enemy knows, and he be waiting. So get serious about your healing so that ray of sunshine can come in and help you bloom. You are amazing. You are beautiful. You are needed. You are cherished. You are appreciated. And I'm tired of hearing how tired of y'all we are. I'm tired of hearing how the world has beat y'all down. I'm tired of hearing about how y'all ain't about nothing. No, it's not that. It's that we all traumatized and all need to heal. That's all. You are more than needed. The household needs you. The community needs you. We need leaders. We need you. Okay? So I love you. I love you. I love you with God's love. And that's real. Y'all are so important to the future. Y'all are so important to women. So get serious about your healing. Okay? And again, I am so sorry. Whatever your mom, whatever your family member, whatever your dad, whatever your grandma, whatever they said about you, it's a lie. It's a lie, baby. You can do anything you put your mind to. You can be and do anything you want to be and do. You are enough. You don't gotta go get this, or oh, I just gotta go get, or I need this, or I gotta go. You know, a lot of y'all are using money and cars and gear and jewelry. I'm able to see through all that. That don't impress me. That ain't nothing but you compensating, overcompensating for where you feel that you don't have worth. That doesn't impress me. To a real woman, that's not impressive. A real woman will love you when you down on your knuckles. Trust me, I've done it. And they still ain't doing me right. See what I'm saying? And I didn't make them feel like they was down on their knuckles. I made them feel like the king they are. I've experienced men with money. I've experienced men at their knuckles. I love you where you are. Period. That's what God chose me for. To love. To love. And that is what I'm trying to teach. That is what I stand on. That is God. God is love. When people do me wrong, I love them harder and I remove myself. People don't know what to do with that. That confuses the enemy. Because why would she be so kind to me? Why would she love me? Why would she do that? And I treated her that way. Because I love, baby. I love myself first. That's how I'm able to do that. And I'm able to love myself because God, I know God. I have a relationship with God, the Most High. So strengthen your spirituality. And it is time to heal. Stop playing. Stop being a victim. Stop making excuses. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. You've done all that. What you gonna do different? Doing the same thing and expecting different results is insanity. You have to do something different to get different results. It's time, baby. It is time. I love you so, so much. I appreciate you. You are a king. But don't be a king out here moving like a peasant and calling yourself a king. One reason why I'm respected is because I walk like I talk. I'm not preaching or saying something that I'm not living. Anything that I spoke to my friends, anything that I spoke to an ex or someone I was dating, I'm not speaking something I'm not living. I am the example that I wanted, that I needed. I became what I needed. Do you understand what I'm saying? I became what I lacked. Okay? So you have to become the father that you didn't have. You have to become the love that you always wanted. You have to become the king that you visualize yourself being. You have to become that. The difference lies in you. You have to start here first, y'all. Then you can attract it. Then you can attract it. Okay? I love you guys so, so much. Okay? I love you. I lift you up today. Get serious. Get serious. You don't want to miss that fine young thing that come on in. You don't want to miss out. Because, baby, that grown woman love hit different. It'll change your life. That's when you know you with your God ordained person. Okay? All right. I hope y'all have a good rest of the day. Know that you are important. Like, comment, and subscribe. And never, ever, ever stop dreaming. I love y'all.